Hello everybody, it's Charles Grove with Foraging Truth. I've actually come out today because one of my friends has asked me to get him some ramps. Ramps are a plant in the wild leek family. We know them in Pennsylvania as wild onions. They're actually a wild leek, and there's another name called bear garlic. There's a lot of ways that you can positively identify this plant, and I'm going to show you a couple. If you look at the plant, you'll notice right away that it has great big long leaves that are wide. There's usually 2 leaves, sometimes 3. I've seen 3. And there's actually 2 different types. There's one that's a purple stem and one that's a green stem, and these are the green stemmed ones. What I'm going to do is, because it is Pennsylvania and it is April, it seems like December sometimes, but I'm going to go ahead and clear some of these off so you can really see how they kind of stand out when you don't have snow. You'll see that they grow in clusters, and a lot of people actually don't harvest the bulb because the bulb ensures you have wild greens for next year as well. But today I'm actually going to harvest some bulbs. And what I do is I clean the leaf litter out away from them so I can clearly see where the plants are coming out. And I try to get a couple in a bundle if I'm going to do it properly. And they're really tough because they're intertwined. And you can hear the roots pulling away. But you also want to make sure you get deep enough before you cut your shovel over. You can see the roots coming. And what I like to do is just knock the soil away. Clean the leaf litter off, try to get all the dirt off of them. You'll find it has the 2 leaves. There's this area where it comes together, and you'll see this brown papery material. And if you pull that away, you'll see the bulb. Now these get a lot bigger, but this is kind of early in the season for these. And I usually leave the roots on because I go ahead and put them in some water after I clean them off and keep the greens nice and healthy, so that when my buddy gets them, they'll have nice fresh specimens to go ahead and throw into the pot. I just do a basic cleaning in the woods. Sometimes I don't even take the paper off until I get home, but I'm just showing you. Now, another way that you know is use all of your senses when you're doing this. Use your sight to see how many leaves it has. You see the paper material I told you about, the roots coming off the bottom. But the biggest identifying feature is garlicky onion, and that's all you should smell. Now, the entire plant is edible. I would suggest not eating the roots. They are very woody, and there's a section that you can see where there's this woody piece attached to the bottom. You snap that off or cut it off, either way you want to do it. But this is the wild leek, otherwise known as bear garlic, otherwise known as ramps in Pennsylvania. These are awesome. There's a lot of things they actually do for you, and most people that eat them don't even realize they have a medicinal benefit. The medicinal benefits to these is, one, it cleanses your digestive system. It helps cleanse your body. You're eating wild things right from the woods. You can eat these raw. I would suggest making sure you have all the dirt cleaned off. Another thing it does is it helps balance all the flora in your gut, especially for you combat vets out there that have irritable bowel syndrome and acid reflux. Now these can kick off your acid reflux, but they actually do help it over time. It's a very medicinal plant. It's very good. One other thing it's going to do for you is, after you eat these, you will smell like garlic for a few days. So if you have unwanted guests or anybody you don't appreciate having around, they might not like the way you smell after you eat these. But they're very good. My entire family eats them, so we all smell like them together. This is one more video that's coming out. Once the snow stops in Pennsylvania, I'm hoping that this area actually is one of my morel spots. Right now, I'm higher in elevation than most, and the morels aren't started up here. I know they're started down off the mountain, but I'm kind of waiting until they get going up here, because this is kind of like my stomping ground. This is Charles Grove signing off with the Wild Leek, or Bear's Garlic, or Ramps, whichever one you want to call them. They're delicious. I suggest that you would try them. Have a good day.